Hello, my name is Precious Vines Harris, and I am the single maven. So I was just listening to a few YouTube videos and just thinking out loud about some things in my life personally. Um, and what came to me is the fact that you have to learn to be strong in your womanhood, right? Or your manhood and who you are, and accept yourself, regardless of whether people accept you or not, right? Case in point, let's just say you're single, right? The Single Maven is about empowering single women in their singleness. You are, you go out on the first date with a gentleman, you think, oh, this is nice, seems like we might be compatible, a match. Person say they're gonna call. Several days pass, they don't call. Week pass, they don't call. You check in, they may be very vague or don't necessarily respond or just ghost you in general. And then you start to feel some kind of way about yourself because you're thinking, gosh, I thought, we were compatible and I thought that we had a great conversation or a great time. What's wrong with me? It seems like I can't, because at that point, once you get that initial like rejection, you're going to start spinning it. So then you're thinking, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get a date? Or why, when I get a date, the person doesn't follow up, right? I'm always going to be single. Woe is me, yada, yada, yada. And I've been down that road too many times to count when I was single. And the biggest takeaway is if people don't accept you for who you are in whatever capacity, right? If you're a single woman and you're thinking about dating and the person ghosts you, if you are looking at, I don't know, a business proposal and you present it to someone and they don't give you the feedback or they kind of drag their feet about something, may or may not be responding, move forward and don't get yourself caught up in the fact that this person didn't respond to my phone call, this person didn't respond to my text, or they're moving slow, or I haven't gotten the job offer that I want, right? Or the business proposal hasn't been accepted, right? Or the person didn't call me about the date or whatever it is, right? It's always going to be something. Because at the end of the day, what it deals with is the fact that you have to be okay with the no. You have to be okay with the maybe. You have to be okay with the fact that you were not fully accepted in that moment by that person. And the way I see it at this point, being my age, full age of 45, right? If that person does not accept you, meaning they don't call you back or they don't try to partner with you in some way, or the job doesn't call back and offer you a job, you have to be okay with it because at the end of the day, your identity is not tied up in this specific thing. If the person doesn't call you back, it wasn't meant to be, right? If this proposal falls through, it wasn't meant to be. And it's not saying that maybe sometime in the future it can't be a good fit, or maybe it's just the time or the season or whatever, but it's not meant to be at this moment, right? You have to be okay with the rejection part of it, because if you don't, you're going to start to think that something is wrong with you and you don't want to move forward, or you get stuck in that rejection loop, right? Which means that you start to think that your self-esteem is lower. You start to think that something is wrong with you when you're not getting the acceptance in whatever form or capacity it is. You have to say to yourself, I'm a child of God, right? I'm loved. And in this moment, if this thing is not for me, it's okay. Because whatever God has for me is for me, right? And I have to accept myself in that moment. So I'm saying to you in this motivational moment, if anyone out there is feeling that they're having moments of rejection or having thoughts of why hasn't my time come, or why is this person not calling me back, you have to fully accept who you are and believe wholeheartedly when it's your time, when it's the right person, when it's the right moment, it's going to happen. And not believe the lies of the enemy that woe is me, something's wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the fact that it was not a great fit, right? And be okay with it. Because I know myself, I've struggled a lot in the past with it, and I still struggle with it. I'm not saying that I am healed by any means from some of this stuff, but the good majority of it, where I really sunk deep down into sometimes really getting really depressed about it, no. It's a quicker response for me to snap back and say, you know what, Precious? When it's your time, it's going to happen, right? When it's meant to be, it's going to happen. And you have to be okay with the fact that sometimes things are not a good fit. And if that person doesn't call you back, it's their loss. But you have to move forward, right? So I hope this motivational moment was helpful for someone that may be dealing with the issue of acceptance and rejection, because I would like the Single Maven to be a support and resource for those, not just single women, but people in general that actually need motivation as they're dealing with regular life stuff during the week, okay? All right, I thank you so much for joining me for this motivational moment. If you've not done so, make sure that you like this post, comment below and let me know your thoughts, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time.